you all are having your laptops with you, and you can practice with me. So let me share my PPT first. Okay. So, all this process, the grading legend of FC College, but still I have kept it here. What happens actually, let me start this. Okay. So it's a very easy process, though it look a bit complicated, the Moodle Gradebook, but it's very easy. There are many benefits. You have to keep track of a lot of things when you are grading your students. It has flexible options for different kind of marks as well. And the second important thing is that you do not have to worry, because Moodle and the Gradebook will take care of collecting all the store grades and online assessments. And it can also group the marks and sort and edit the marks. And automatically, it does the calculations for you. And the most important element of Gradebook is that it provides you the history and the record of the changing you have made in the Gradebook, with the feedback as well. Your students can read the instant feedback. So it gives you access to your students to look into their marks as well, and to look into the feedback as well. So when you create gradable activity within your subject, so Gradebook automatically creates a space for the graded item. So I'll practically do these things on screen as well, but in a little while. So as you or the system assign marks within the completed activity, the assigned grades are automatically sent to the Gradebook when you upload any assignment or something like that. So you do not have to worry about it. Moving a bit quickly. So this is my grading structure. Let's say you have made a course outline and you have a grading structure and you have certain items in it. All right. So we call these items grading categories. This is my structure, which I use for my research methodology class. So if you see here, we have certain items, attendance. It's a grading category, and response paper is a grading category. Under response paper, there are 1, 2, 3, up to 10 response papers. So these are grading items. So when you go into the Moodle Gradebook, you need to understand three things. These are the grade item, number one, the grading category or the grade category, and the grade itself. These are the three main elements of Moodle Gradebook, and you have to understand them clearly. So I'll take you through to my Moodle account, and I will show you my Moodle. So here it is. So when we go into the Moodle, you'll see at the left-hand side in the navigation bar, there are your courses. My suggestion to all of you is that you set up your gradebook before your semester starts, obviously, because you can set up later on in the midway of your semester, but it's my suggestion that you set up your gradebook beforehand, before the semester starts, because you have your course outlines with you. So on the left-hand side, you see several tabs, and there is a tab of grades. So just click that tab. So as you all know, those who have taken the basic session of Moodle with me, that whatever you want to do in either in the gradebook or in the course, you need to turn the editing on. So we'll turn the editing on. So now you can make changes in the gradebook. So here at the top, you see several tabs like view. In the view, you will have all of your students with your name as well, and their marks and your graded items. So here you can look into your students as well, and here you can change the grades as well. I'll talk about it at a later stage. So the important thing here is the second tab at the top, right? At the top navigation bar, you have view, setup, scales, letters, import, and export. So setup is your place where you will look into the grading categories and everything. When you'll click it, if you see here, I have a midterm. Under midterm, I have an assignment or midterm exam. It could be a quiz. It could be a reflection paper. It could be an essay. All right. Then midterm total. Then The second is final term total, because at this point of time, I do not have anything under final term, and I haven't allocated any grading thing to this graded item. Then final total response, then response papers. Under the response paper, at the moment, I do not have anything. Then assignments. You see, there are like 4 assignments. All right. And then a lesson module, which is my recent lesson, which my students are going to take on this Friday because we are online. So I have created a lesson. So these are the basically grading categories. So how you are going to do? So most of your grade books look quite empty because probably you haven't created these categories. So you'll scroll down a little bit and add the category here. So here you will name the grading category. So let's say it's attendance or something like that. So then keep other things as they are. At the moment, you do not need to change them. All right. So parent category will remain the course because it's under research method. So because it's a category. So when you click the change, and you'll go back, you'll find that category here, attendance. If you see, you have the category here. So let's say you have allocated like 15 marks to this. So 15% or 15 marks, whatever your course outline says. So just save it. And it's right there. Now, how to add this to marks to this category? Probably you are not taking attendance on Moodle and you are taking attendance on Empower. So at this point of time, Gohar said something that how to import grades in Empower. At this point of time, we have to manually upload. Correct me, Rafia, if I'm correct. So you have to upload grades manually. Yeah, you cannot actually import grades from Moodle to Empower. So same is the case with attendance because there are marks allocation to the attendance. So when you go to the view, all right. So here you have your grading category. So here you can add marks to the attendance. So you have attendance here. So here you can add marks for every student. All right. So that is the manual way of adding marks. Another thing, we'll go back to Moodle grade setup and where it went. And we will look into the setup as well. There's one thing, let's say you have set up your book somewhere mid of your semester and you have taken different graded items. You have graded students as well according to those items, and you have created your grade book somewhere mid of the semester and you add these categories later. So just click on this arrow. So you can move these graded items under to different categories. Let's say I want this final term to be somewhere here. So you can actually move it here. So save changes. So in that way, you can move different items into different areas. So you just need to do, what you need to do is to click this arrow, and on the item you need to move, and then you can move that item as well. So graded item, how you can create graded items. So graded items are created either here or you can create it into your course. Let's go to the course, and you need to create a graded item because you have already created the categories. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a graded item here. So let me turn on editing. Editing is turned on. Sometimes it goes off automatically. So you have to keep track of it that your editing is on. So whatever you do on Moodle, keep your editing on. So I want to add an assignment here, let's say. So I have added the assignment here. Okay. So let's say it's assignment 5. and here you have written all the detail or rubric or whatever you want to do. Make sure you check this box, and these are the dates. Keep them the way they are. Now, here you can look into the online text and file submission. Feedback types, if you want to change, it's your choice. Submission settings, you can change it. Group submission settings, for that you have to make groups first in the class and allocate students into the different groups, and then you can allow them to submit the group assignments. Then the grade. So here you can give the grade like 10%. So here you see the category grading method. Here there are several grading methods like simple direct grading, marking guide, or the rubric. So most of the time I use simple direct grading, but for some of my assignment I use rubric. I'll show you one assignment for which I'm using a rubric as well. So here you will choose the grading method. All right. And then here is the grade category, that where this grade will go. So obviously this is assignments. So I will put it under the assignment category. So now this grading activity or the grade item, which is called assignment 4 or assignment 5, it will go under assignments. Save and display. So here it is. So we'll go again to the grade if you want to look into the assignment. So setup. Under the assignments, you will find another assignment. Here is assignment 5, which I have just created. All right, 10% I have allocated. So you do not need to worry about these marks. These are the marks you have allocated. Here you can change it as well. All right. So because at the top you have, because I have, when I created this category, assignment category, I have allocated specific marks to this category. So that's why it's showing its own calculations. Now coming back to my course again to look into another graded item. So I'll go back, and there is a midterm exam, which I have just uploaded for my students. So if you see, this is the exam. Let me show you how I'm going to mark it, because this exam will be marked according to this rubric. So there are different criterias. I have allocated marks to these criteria. So when I grade this, at the moment, no one has submitted the assignment. So when I'm going to mark it, so here is the rubric. All right. So I will mark it according to the rubric. Here is the rubric. So let's say I will click this or this. Let's say in the title, I want to give 4 points. Introduction, I want to give 3 points. And you can write something here as well. All right. Marks, or you can give the feedback as well. And in the background, I want to give myself, let's say 2 points. And research questions and hypothesis, I want to give myself 2 points. And I can give my feedback in these boxes as well. If you see, there are boxes as well. Then so on and so on. So when you select, so at the end, you see there is a current grade which I have, which has been allocated to this student. It's 18.18. So in that way, you save it and show next. And here is my other student. Something, please choose something from each criterion, because I haven't chosen anything here at the moment. See here, something is missing. Probably this thing is missing. So when you will choose something from each criterion, it will turn blue. And here, and all the criterion are selected now. Yes, almost. Changes are saved now. So you need to make sure that you choose something from each criterion. So automatically it will calculate the grades. Initially you are seeing 18.18 and now you are seeing 19.32 because I have chosen some extra point or something like that in some other criteria which was missing in previously. So that is according to the rubric. So I'll go back again to the grades. And here in the view, you can see for midterm assignment, probably there will be some marks allocated to itself. You see this here. Here. I just checked my midterm. That's a mock kind of an activity. So here you can see 19, but you can actually change it at a later stage as well if you think that you want to recheck the assignment kind of stuff. That's about the assignments using rubrics. Coming back to, again, our setup. So here, several things are important to understand. Now, your result is completed and you have added things. So here, there are scales. I never use these things, scales and the letters, because these are, I guess, things to look into the Moodle team. So you do not need to change it. What you can do here is to use import and export option as well. So when you go to export option, you will see it will ask you several questions to tick these. There are grade total, category total, midterm exam, category total, assignment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the category total new lesson, which I have added for my Friday class, and then category total and the course total, and so on. If you have more categories in your Moodle gradebook, like attendance and class participation, field trips, kind of stuff, they will appear here the way you have actually added them in your gradebook. So here you can look into the different options, export format options. So for some assignments, probably you have given the feedback as well. So I want to include that specific feedback into the report as well on different assignments. So it will add the feedback as well. Exclude suspended users, keep that check. Okay, grade export display type, real. So I want it to percentage as well. And let's say letters as well. So obviously students at the end of the semester, they need some letter. And when you download the file, it will download in your download folder. Just open that file. Can you see that file? The Excel file? Not?
No, sir.
Okay, let me load the Excel file now. Here it is. So this is the Excel file. Can you see it now?
Yes, sir. Now it's visible.
Okay, yes. So with that, you have different categories at the top, you see, and their weightage. Let's say assignment. This is the assignment, midterm assignment. So I have scored 77.27%. So that makes a C plus in this assignment. So the good thing about Moodle is for every assignment and for every graded activity, it will allocate a grade, a letter to that. And it will give students an overall grade letter as well. So at the moment, I am standing at C plus. So here, in some other assignments, let's say this is the assignment. In this, one of my students scored 8.5 out of 10. So he or she, name is Javeria, let's say he or she scored like 85%. So let's make it a B, around B. So 8.5, then B minus, then F, those who did not submit the assignments. So in that way. So each and every category will be shown with a grade letter as well. And at the end, there will be course total grade. So because I have attempted only one assignments, that's the C and percentage, I have attempted only 25% marks. And in those 25%, I scored 19.32. That is the C plus. So in that way, you will have all the grades downloaded with you. So it's a good thing, and at the end there will be the feedback of the course as well. Because at the moment I haven't added any feedback comments with my assignments, so that's why you won't find any feedback. So let me go back to Moodle again, and we look some other things as well. So this is basically the export option. Okay, any activity that is out of class, how you can import it. So that is another thing which you need to look into, because there are several kind of activities that you do, like field trips or any photography contest or something like that, or field trip or any other guest lecture kind of stuff. So you can create, again, go to the grade. You can create that activity first. So go to the setup, and you have to create an activity that is out of class. So in the category, let's say guest lecture. So here, category total, keep it same. Maximum grades, keep it same. And parent category will remain the same, like okay. So in assignment sections, you can actually, when you go to different weeks, like you have guest lecture number 1 in week 4. So you will create a guest lecture assignment, and you can ask students to write a feedback or something like that. According to that, you can grade them. So here you will add something like that, like a feedback kind of a item. And you can actually uh, take the feedback under this, or you can create an assignment and put that graded item under to that grading category. Going back to the grades again. So at the top, you have seen all these and import, how you can import, that is important thing. If you have something on your Excel sheet and you want to import it, how you are going to import it. Let me show you that as well. So what you need to do so some non-graded activities are here, and you want to import some grades from there. So what you are going to do, you need to go into Moodle and look into the import section. All right. So paste from the spreadsheet. All right. So you have a spreadsheet for your, let's say, a field trip, and you have added marks or the guest lecture. So what you have to do, you have to have this list, all right, with their emails and with their names and their roll numbers, all right. And then there are 4 activities. So what you have to do, you have to uh, look into their email addresses, that how Moodle will map the data from the email or the email addresses, and then ignore the roll number, ignore the name, ignore the email, ignore other things, and then you have to create an activity, a mapping system for Moodle to upload the data, because how Moodle will recognize that these marks are allocated to certain students. So Moodle will recognize by their emails, because their emails with you, and in Moodle, they are registered with Moodle with the official email ID. So Moodle will map their data through their emails. So in that way, you can also upload their activities that are out of the class. Coming back to the Moodle again. So here, let's say you want to look into a student's performance as well, that what he has done and how he is going. So you can look into his profile as well in Moodle. So there are different reports like today's log, that what he has done today, then all logs, outline report, complete report, statistics. So you can look all these things here. So statistical currently catch-up mode. So for 6 days have been processed in the one. I don't know what does that mean, but here we can look into their logs as well. Ms. Rafia can tell us that why Moodle is showing this error. Can we look into their logs? Let me see. Yes, here you can look into their logs, all logs as well for a student. That's, I guess, pretty much it for grader history. Into that, you can look into grader history as well. What are their grades, and from where you want to look into their grades and outcome report and everything. So, but at the top, these four things are very much important when you set up a Moodle gradebook. In the setup, in import and export. So that's pretty much it. Kohar. Yes. So I'll take question because the questions are more important.
Yes. Mustafia, do you want to add something? I'm launching the poll for today's session as well. And meanwhile, you requested to please share your comments and questions in the chat box. And if you want to talk about something, please raise your hand and I will unmute you. Mr. Ahmed Hayat Khan wants to ask something.
Hi,
Yes, you are.
Assalamualaikum. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Actually, my question is more like a request to the administration because I'm more interested in the aggregation method. I tried to raise that concern in our previous ELT session as well. That what actually happens is we are by default using a natural aggregation method in the Moodle gradebook. And the other methodologies, for example, simple weighted means of the grades has been disabled from the backend. It is quite helpful for us in pharmacy department because I'm sure it might be useful in other departments as well because we have different grading criteria for different types of assessments. For example, we our quizzes might be of different weightage as compared to our assignments, and similarly it goes for the other types of assessments like presentations and our practical manuals, etc. So what I'm trying to say is that by default, the natural aggregation method for the Moodle has been set by the administration, and it actually takes all of the assessments together and make it 100%, and that gives us a wrong, not the accurate calculations for the grading purposes. So I would like to request the administration that if they can allow us to use the aggregation methods on our own, so that we can apply that on our specific departmental concerns. I'm not sure if I was able to explain what I'm trying to say here.
So, hi everyone, my name is Rafia, and who is asking currently, what's your name, sir?
It's Ahmed Hayat Khan.
Sir, Let me share my screen.
Sorry.
I can hear my voice. So probably you need to mute.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me.
Can you hear me? Everyone can hear me?
No, ma'am, it's quite low.
Now?
For us, especially the new ones. Dr. Adil, I have just one request. You have showed how to import Excel sheet to Moodle gradebook. Can you walk through those options through the Moodle as well? You showed that in presentation through the slides. But while I am trying to locate those options in the Moodle, I cannot find all those options. Can you walk through that through the Moodle screen as well?
Okay.
Thank you.
Let me set up my.
Yeah, we have realized that we are totally an in-person campus and working online, you have to work with ups and downs. So
No.
Gohar, I can hear you, I can hear everybody. Please unmute yourself. And so we are not equipped to be fully online and functionally effective. But I think Adil is ready. Adil,
Just a minute.
yeah. Both questions are very good comments. I think Ahmad's also needs to be handled. Rafia will handle it.
So should I talk? Yeah. So Mr. Ahmad, right? So you can, yes, you can change the letters which Dr. Adil has present you at the first place. So as these letters are the standard for each course. If you want to change the letters for your course or for your department, you need to visit us or send us your requirement over the email. I can share the email over here in the message, my email. So you can contact me over the email, as well as I will share my extension.
Are you saying, Rafia, that will not be a standard approval for all campus? Because what Ahmad said seems to make sense to me. So that if he wants that option to be available to everybody, would not that be good for everybody to have?
So Mr. Ahmad is saying that he has some specific requirement about the letters for their department. So,
Okay.
Umaid, yeah, you want to raise hand. Let me unmute you first.
I did.
Yeah, can you
Okay.
hear me now?
Yep.
All right. No, actually, I was not talking about the letter grades. That is standard. That is carried out throughout the FCCU. What I was saying was the aggregation method. For example, we have different types of assessments. We have quizzes, it's rated 20% or 15%. Then we have assignments, which is rated as 10%. And then we have presentations, again, rated as 10%. So all of that percentages are aggregated up to 100% at the end of the course for the total course. What I am saying is the actual specific option available in the Moodle in the gradebook, what type of aggregation methods you can use. There are so many different methods. There is a mean, median, mode, weighted means, simple weighted means, and then there is a natural aggregation method. What our administration is using right now, it is actually the natural aggregation method, and all the other aggregation methods have been disabled by the administrator end. So I, as a person from the pharmacy department, having difficulty creating a precise result for my department. And that is because that the every type of module that I share on my Moodle is actually graded naturally, whereas the one that I'm talking about, the simple weighted means, will actually create a little bit more complicated, but it gives you the precise gradebook grading for assessment. So I would be in better position to explain it to you if I had the access to that, or maybe that settings that I'm talking about. Maybe Mr. Adil can share the screen with him, or I can show you the where that setting actually is. So that is my concern. It's not about the letter grades. It's not about the grades that we give in our assessments. It's about how we calculate the grades throughout our assessments, with every assessment having a different weight. Different weight. Assignments have a different weight, and presentations and quizzes have a different weight. That's what I'm talking about.
So I believe
There,
you are, yes, Dr. Adil.
there was another question as well about importing the data. So if we are done with this, so क्या मैं उसको answer कर दूं? Should I answer that question?
No, I think Dr. Ahmed's question or request hasn't been addressed. He's talking about a difference in grading and aggregation of grading. From what I understand, and I'm not good at all, please don't take my word for it. All I know is that in the Moodle Gradebook, according to what Adil explained, though you do your own specific grading according to your own requirement for different types of quizzes and tests, when you change those to the grade book, it equalizes all as a percentage precisely in the same weightage as you have done in your individual level. Adil, tell us if I am wrong. And that is the beauty about the grade book. No matter how you grade your individual assessments, when it transfers it to 100 scale of 100 in the Moodle Gradebook, it applies the same weightage that you have given and transfers it to an equivalent grading. Am I wrong, Adil, or is what Umaid saying something different?
No, Dr. Oman's question is different. So
Yeah.
what he's
Yep.
saying, probably that will be done at the team who's managing Moodle. So that is a different question.
Some criteria or some trigger has not been opened indicator in the Moodle Gradebook. Is that what you're saying? That there has to be an additional Umaid, instead of wasting too much time here, I think may I request that you, us at CLT and Rafia, we have a meeting independently, because I see lots of people, other faculty also saying the same. So let's meet together and let's resolve it instead of wasting time here, trying to understand everything. Is that
Sure,
okay?
that would be, yeah, that would be much appropriate. I would
Much,
be
much better if you do it in person. And we are
sure.
in business every day, and so is Rafia, so we can get back. Over to you, Abil.
All right, no problem.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, there was another question that how to import grades from your out of class activities. So let me share it again. So what you need to do here, you need to use this option, paste from the spreadsheet, and your spreadsheet should have a specific type. Let me show you that as well. You have, when you will copy data from the spreadsheet, and it should have these fields in it, like roll number, name, and email, and activity 1, 2, 3, and 4. When you copy paste that data, where you will copy that data here from the spreadsheet, when you'll say copy from the spreadsheet. Let me show you again. So here you will copy, and when you will upload the grades, so next thing you are going to see is Moodle is going to ask you that, okay, you have uploaded the data here, which is out of class activities. So how I should use this data? So when that will happen, you will see something like this, which I showed you earlier, these questions. Can you see that on your screen? So these questions, a Moodle will ask that how I should map this data, whether I should use email addresses or something else, roll number, name, or something like that. Similarly, for identifying user as well and identifying the grade item as well. So here you are going to change the options and then you will upload the grade. But for that, you need to have your data in a specific format like this. So copy it, paste it, paste from the spreadsheet, and then you will have these options. So without that, you're not going to have, you're not going to see those options. Any other question? I guess I have answered the question. Any other question? Yes.
So like we have the option like because of 0.5, the grade of a student is getting changed. System will allow us to change that one, or system will suggest because of 0.5, some grade of the students are getting changed. If it's because of 0.5, if it's becoming B to B plus.
No, it's not going to change. It's not going to change. It will remain in the parameter that has already been defined, 0.5.
Because previously I have the experience of some university where there was an option like while uploading.
No, Moodle is not going to change if it's 80, 85, from 85 onward, if there is a second grade. Can I repeat the question? If there was a question from Mr. Shahidari name, he's asking that if student is getting like 85.5, all right, whether his grade will be changed to the next level grade, obviously, because it's exceeding the 85%. So that means the grade will be changed. If the next grade is starting from 86, then it will not be changed. So that is the functionality of the Moodle. Any other question? Do we have some questions in the chat? Gohar sir, can I see questions from the chat? Do we have any other question?
All participants, if you want to ask anything, please raise your hand and I unmute you.
Okay, I guess that's pretty much it.
Dr. Tariq, you are requested to please.
Thank you, Dr. Adil, for a very good session. Actually, my question pertains not to this session, but your previous session on Moodle. So, on the quiz creation. So there was a feature that you talked about, but you didn't demonstrate it. It was to make the quiz from the question book, from the what we call it question bank. So I did this, but I was unable to create question out of those question banks. So probably this doesn't pertains to you, but pertains to the administration.
Thank you very much for your question. That has nothing to do with the administration, but probably you have looked into some kind of option that was important to check in. My last session was not actually on Moodle quiz. I have another session on Moodle quiz, a separate session we have on Moodle quiz. So how to import data from your previous quizzes into Moodle and how to create a question bank. That is a separate session. So you can create. Probably we are going to have
Dr.
it soon.
Tariq, I was sorry to interrupt, Dr. Adil. Dr. Tariq, you can send me an email and I'll send you the user manual along with the CSV file, which you need to be upload as the format, the exact format for the bank upload, question bank upload.
Actually, I did was I used both the format, the XML format and the .gift format. but in both the formats, I was unable to,
And
create questions out of it.
we can we
Doc-
can we can arrange a meeting whenever you are free or available on campus. You can
Okay.
visit me in N116. I'll analyze your file, or you can send
Oh,
me and the created file over the email. I'll review it and I'll send you the review details or the updates what need to be right exact in that file. So I'll
okay.
visit it. You can set up a meeting for with us.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Dr. Tariq, for your reference, I have just shared my screen. If you can see, there is a file. That's how you are going to write your questions, all right? And then you have to save this file in a specific format. Like first question, there are options and then the answer, and there's the correct option. Then you have to save that file in a specific manner, which obviously we are going to talk about in
Okay.
a next session.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Abdul. Rafia.
Or something. Yes, you are.
So can I ask one question as well? I think
Yes.
Dr. Farad wrote something on the chat as well, and I just wanted, is there any possibility that we can have import or export attendance from Empower to Moodle or from Moodle to Empower? Some of us put the attendance on Empower, some of us put the attendance on Moodle. And for us to be able to have things on Moodle and still have Empower attendance as we are requested to do, would it be possible to have this interaction in between the two systems, so we can still have the grading on Moodle, but continue to have our attendance on Empower as we are requested to upload?
So, Dr. Sylvia, yes, we can do that. If you are adding the attendance, student attendance on the Moodle, you can export it and then upload on the Empower the same file. Probably you may need to do some updates or some change, the format change on the file, and then you can upload on um, the Empower, right? So basically, the actual it's LMS, the Moodle is like classroom environment. So if you are grading the attendance on the attendance, then you can add in Moodle and grade it, and later it will show up on your gradebook. And uh, if we think about the university, because we are FCC looking for grading on Empower. So for that, you need to upload on the Empower. For grading perspective, you can upload or add on the Moodle. So you have to work both ways, because you need to, if you are grading it. If you are not grading, so it is not mandatory to add on the Moodle. You just need to add on the Empower.
But these systems communicate and they can import automatically from one to the other?
Unfortunately, we have worked a lot on that we can sync both platform, but the Empower is not giving us that friendly environment that we can just sync both platform. So we are really sorry, but we can do that. We can maintain a file, a format we can share with you. If you really want to, we can work on that for you or other faculty members.
My point is because taking attendance on Moodle, it's way easier, particularly for people like me that I misspell when telling my students' names. I call them some names that are not appropriate. I don't know how to pronounce their names. So most of the times I'll do it automatically. It helps with not spending so much time doing attendance during the class. But then it would be doubling the work of taking this attendance and one by one put it on Moodle. That is a daunting work that shouldn't need to be done. We can see if it could be done automatically. That's why I was asking.
Again, we are sorry, it cannot be synced, but we can work on the format of the file. So you just need to just upload it, and we can find the hacks, the die hacks where we can work and minimize your time. So whenever you are free, we can discuss this.
Thank you
Anyone
so much.
in the faculty member need to discuss this, they can join us with CLT or in my office. It's N116, extension is 256, and my email is in the chat box. Chat box.
Thank you.
How can we make the grading more user friendly? So Miss Tazeen has questioned it. So Mr. Zeen, yes, we can, for user friendly, it is all about if you are working on the gradebook at the first place during your once the start of the semester, so it's going to be more easier than calculating the gradebook or the automatic stuff after later in the semester when you have to create finals, when you have to check the finals. So it will be easier for you if you do set up your gradebook at the first plate in the from your start of the semester. If you need help, you can contact us. It is more friendly. If you want it, we can discuss this. Anyone
Are we
else?
done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If no more questions, may I thank all of you that had video ons. It's such a delight to see beautiful faces, smiling faces, and at least it looks real, despite being, far away from each other. So, for the purpose of just warming our hearts, keep your videos going. A lot of you could not. Umaid, you raised a very important point, and we request you to please put up a time. Gohar, please put up a time at CLT with the Rafia. And Rafia, we are going to pester you some more. Thank you so much, Adil, for your kindness as always and trying to keep abreast with what's happening with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Goodbye.